I like stealth. I like Splinter Cell. I like those Metal Gear games. I think I'll enjoy a little shinobi action. Ugh, that looks painful. Uh, this thing is frustrating. Let me blow this candle out. Hey, it actually worked that time, because obviously it hasn't been working for me much. Because this game has the controls for the Wii, which makes it really hard to control your character unless you get really used to it. Let's try to take this out. Oh, and it's inverted automatically. Instead of using the actual Wii remote to kind of aim at the screen or anything like that, no, they want you to just stop where you are and aim with the analog in a reverse motion. Left and right is left and right, but up and down is opposite. That's great. Let's just just kind of blow it out ourselves. And now he's alerted. Look at him. His eyes like a hawk, and he can figure out where I am no matter what I do. There's his vision. His vision. Luckily, he can't see through trees for now. And every time I get caught, I have to disappear like usual, or get killed automatically, instantly. I do not get a chance to fight back because I don't have my sword yet. And this is a timed mission, so I'm in a rush too. So I'm stealthy and in a rush. Ugh. Let me just start off with the basics. You're gonna have to go through them. There's actions you have to perform to lift things up. Because this is on the Wii, so there's a lot of gesture-based movements. It's not too unresponsive, so it's okay. But this game is not your average, everyday stealth game. This game is going to teach you, unless you're a huge fan of the genre, it's going to teach you that stealth games are stealth games at its heart. It's going to be a hard trial and error gameplay method. It's not going to be these guards or walkthroughs. It's going to teach you why you're a shinobi. You're gonna have to worry about where you're stepping, the sounds you're making, and get ready for some quick time events when you get caught. It's not even useful to even look at where the Wii remote actually is, because if you get caught and you get sliced, you're done. No, fake one stab in the throat, you're okay. No, it's a real fight, like real life. You're done. You're getting stabbed, you're done, and it's really nice. At the same time, it's really annoying. Enough, you get to attack back. And I gotta tell you, this is not your normal Red Steel type of affair. You better know exactly where he's pointing and just look at what he's doing, because you messed up, you're done, like usual. But it's actually very responsive, and it's nice to know that they actually put some effort into this section of the game, even though you're gonna die a few times. Once you get used to it, you'll cruise right through it. You do get the chance to do a quick, nice ninja moves in this game also. A little way to escape from your foes, etc. You're going to be fighting a lot of shoguns, and later in the game you get to change characters and use the girl who's a little more useful, I would say, fighting-wise. The Wii remote actually vibrates when, like your heartbeat whenever you're a nearby opponent and might be hurt, which is great. But I gotta say, you guys, if you're really gonna try for this game, you have to be prepared to know you're gonna be trial and error at its finest. Unless you're a great stealth player, and even if you are, it's gonna be a little hard to get used to these controls. And I feel a lot of the game is very specific to what you need to do. You can't really, it's linear. If you see there's one way to go and you wait for your opponent to turn around, etc., which is not my style of gameplay. But it's also nice to know there's a game out there that's trying to be all stealth, mostly, for the most part. And the storyline is top notch. It's the usual, I'm gonna find my, blah blah blah, rescue the girl. But it goes off further than that. Time and time again, I have gotten caught in, it's like I want punishment because I keep going back. And, the game makes you really, really want to keep trying, even though you'll fail so often. A nice little effect on your character as he turns into the darkness to let you know that, hey, I'm kind of hitting right now. A little shadow effect. The graphics are great, even for the Wii's old dated, graphics. But the sad part is situations like this where you know you need to get through the door. I wish there was more options of how to get through the door. What I have to do exactly here is do exactly what they want. I have no chance to, harken off the path, because as you can see, they have a field of vision that I can figure out, and their field of vision is huge. Look at that, he can see everywhere. And if you get caught, you'll actually have a period of time where you can see in their eyes to get away. But these guys are so specific of what you need to do to get past levels, it just gets a little annoying. And I gotta say, the music is great. It really fits the atmosphere of a shinobi game, But they've always been good at music, so I'm not even going to have to talk about that too much. The actual tutorial speaker is a little annoying because I feel like they would have been better off if they actually played it a little more with the whole shinobi feel and had the voice actor doing the tutorial, talking in a deeper voice and kind of, instead of being so sarcastic, I would say. Let's go on to some of the fun parts, death kills. They are responsive. Once in a while you have a little trouble, because it's also the wee waggle as always. You have to hide the bodies, just like a normal, stealth game, which is great. I like hiding bodies, I like that stuff. Sometimes the AI gets a little too over the top on whether they can find bodies. You think it's hidden well, and it's just they can see through walls at some points. I feel they just get extreme. Other times the AI just doesn't care.
Look to the left. See the shelf? Use it to reach the rafters.
And another thing I would enjoy is if this game put more effort into the feel of you being, the stealth killer. I want to be able to softly move my analog up and have him walk slower in comparison to moving it all the way. But he'll always move at the same pace, whether you're pushing as hard as you can or, pushing softly, which is just a little nitpick of mine. I like games where you can kind of feel it, you're trying to be stealthy. Instead of just being stealthy for you. Also, there's actually a meter that will help you figure out whether you're hidden or not. As you notice the little moon there on the side, it becomes completely dark when you're really hidden completely, and you should be pretty safe. This is another ability that you can use to, obviously figure out who's who and where they can see. You focus on someone, you'll kind of zoom in on them. You get items throughout the game to help you maybe put out lights with water, and you can use your shurikens and etc. But it's going to be at its core a stealth game. You figure out how to get past a point, you'll have maybe 2 different options, maybe 3 if you're lucky, most of the time 1. And there's always like pretty much a best option. There's always a way to get past everyone without being seen, but it's really annoying when you know there's only a few good options you can pick. Furthermore, there's a lot of repeated conversations. If you have to hear a guard say, "we underlings," over and over again, please just mix it up a little bit. I don't want to have every single guard angry about being an underling. Why don't they just give up? They're getting killed left and right anyway. You might as well. What more can I say? The game stays generally the same. You're in like a feudal-looking Japan, I suppose, or wherever the case. You're going to be sneaking around, you're going to be crawling, and you're jumping between bush to bush, and try not to get involved in any confrontation. The game will shift characters later on, but I'm not going to show that because I feel like it's a little addition if you actually want to buy the game. Should you buy it? I think only if you're really a stealth genre fan. Otherwise, this game is going to be a little too tough for today's standards of, open world and kind of options towards if you get in trouble, you can just shoot your way out. You can't do that here. Not too often. You can't just figure, okay, I'm just going to shoot anything I see. You have to figure out how to get past locations, and it's not a game just do whatever you feel like. Hey, what's up, man? So you also have your story mode and your assignments. Options to change a few settings on your way. How this display looks, you maybe want to increase the darkness, but I'm not sure why you would want to make it harder on yourself sometimes. But that's your option if you want to. Autosaves on and off, things like that. A tutorial, if you're just new to the game, how hard you want the game to be. I don't know if you would want this game to be any harder than normal because it's already hard enough, but hey, some people they want to watch the world burn, like they say, you know? Furthermore, assignment missions help hone your skills, go through the basics, boot camp as you will. And it's just as hard as normal games, so enjoy. So, in the end, it's a game for people who are those, hardcore gamers, as they say, the people who are used to the punishment from back in the day where you only get 3 lives, you get through that level. You get through that whole game in 3 lives and no save points. Not that difficult, but there are specific options to take. It's a linear path, but you will enjoy the game if you're the type that likes difficulty. I would say by today's standards, it's a little too hard for most people to play. You're just gonna have too much going against you. It's not a steep learning curve, but the controls for the Wii make it a little harder than it needs to be. And I believe if you want to get this game, you should only if you're either a fan of the genre, the series, because they did a great job in comparison to their series. They've had some ups and downs, and this isn't one of them. This is a great addition, but it's not going to be for everyone. So I would say if you're a stealth lover, a little bit of Splinter Cell type that wants a little more difficulty in their own game, go ahead. Just don't be like me and throw boxes right into a group of guys. As always, the reviewcell.webs.com. Donate to 6 Cell Research.